Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Yeah, as you can tell by the title, we've got more Switch 2 news to cover. This one coming from Nate the Hate. He's got his own podcast and he does a lot of Nintendo news and stuff like that. He's got his own sources, so he reports on a lot of stuff, and he gets a lot of stuff right. So this could be very legit in what he is reporting on. I know some other YouTubers, especially Nintendo YouTubers who I follow, like RGB85, really trust Nate. So there is some legitimacy to what he's reporting. So on his latest podcast, and he said, I can share with you that the Nintendo Switch 2 will be revealed in the coming week. I have been told the Switch 2 will be revealed on Thursday, January 16th. And I'm going to pause right there because your boy predicted that over a month ago. I was saying, and I've got to find the video. I got to remember which video it is, and I'll link it at the end, that we would get the announcement for the Switch 2 Thursday, January 16th, because I knew it was going to be in the middle of the month, much like the Switch 1 announcement, the middle of the month in January. I shouldn't say I knew. I had a suspicious hunch that it was going to be that way, especially with the springtime rumors, long rumors for the Switch coming out in spring 2025. So it made sense that they weren't going to announce it before Christmas because they wanted to get those Switch Christmas sales to the people who aren't in the know that a Switch 2 is coming out, but also the first part of January, because they've got to get something announced to get it out and going. And given how many Switches they have already produced, apparently, to meet that demand, you want to just keep selling it from March through the summer into the holidays and really ramp up that first year. So if it does happen on Thursday, first off, if a direct gets announced for Thursday, I will be live streaming it. But also, if it does get that's just pure prophecy by my point. So you should stick with me. I'm really good at recognizing trends. But back to the quote. I've heard that the reveal itself is going to focus almost exclusively on the console itself. There's not going to be any presence of games. There could be a game show running on the screen depending on how the trailer is put together, but software is not going to be the focus. And that is, in a sense, kind of lines up with the initial Switch announcement. Like, they showed Skyrim, they showed The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, but they didn't really talk about those games. They were just showing, hey, this is the new system, this is the stuff that it's running on. And we knew Breath of the Wild was coming anyways because it had been announced for the Wii U, and then it was pushed back, and they said, oh, it's going to be a launch title for the next system as well. So not much of a surprise there. If I were to speculate or to guess, I would say there's got to be a 3D Mario in the works where they might show that. They might show Metroid Prime 4. It's one of those things like, what are they going to show? Because if it's going to be hardware focus, that's not kind of how you want to show a new game being shown like that. You don't want to premiere it that way. So even something like Metroid Prime 4, which is going to be on the Switch, and there'll probably be some upgrading for the Switch 2. We haven't seen any of that, so I don't know if you want to show that. So it's kind of one of those weird things. It's like, what game are you going to show with it? Maybe if we are going to get new additions to the Switch Online feature, like maybe we get GameCube or Dreamcast or Saturn, something like that added into it. Maybe you show, Switch Online kind of showing off. You show Mario Sunshine being played, or Jet Set Radio, something like that being shown in there to show gameplay footage. Because it's one of those things you don't really, if it's not going to focus on any kind of software, you don't want to, bury the lead like that. Because there's got to be like a 3D Mario debuting with the system. I mean, it feels like a given because we just recently got Tears for the Kingdom. We haven't had a 3D Mario since, like a true 3D Mario, since the launch of the system in 2017. So we're due for one. So that's got to be a launch title. So I don't know if you show it there, if you're just focusing on hardware, but at the same time, that could be a great reveal for it, especially if you do like a throwback and you do Mario's head popping up like it did in Mario 64, you kind of show that and then you just show a little bit of gameplay, kind of like that. I think that could work with still being the focus of being on the hardware and not any kind of software. Nate also speculated that the Switch 2 might launch in May or June. So a summertime launch isn't too far off and it's not too bad. I'm still holding out for March or April. I think they're going to, as close as they can, mimic the launch of the Switch because it's their most successful system ever, and I don't think they want to repeat anything they did from the Wii to the Wii U. I think they want to keep everything as close together as possible to the original Switch. So a January trailer announcement, March release, maybe April you push it back a month. That sticks to that same playbook. But I mean, May, June's not that far off from March, so it could go either way. And I don't have any trips for Japan planned this summer, so releasing it in March, releasing it in May or June doesn't affect my travel plans like it did on the original launch, where I got it a month before my first trip to Japan. Also like kind of third-party speculation, kind of with our wild speculation. Nate kind of guessing that Final Fantasy VII Remake could be one of the titles, and Assassin's Creed Mirage, and that Konami may port Metal Gear Solid Delta over to the Switch 2, which, oh man, that's so graphically awesome. So playing it, I want it on my Series X or my PS5. But to have it handheld, I'd be very, very tempted to pick that up for the Switch. So it's one of those things. Got to weigh the pros and the cons of that on how I want to play that game. But I think I want to play it more with, the better graphics and the better frame rates and things like that. So probably be on my Xbox or my PlayStation. Most likely my Xbox. I like the controller better and the interface of the Xbox over the PlayStation. So I'll probably get it on the Xbox, maybe in the PS5. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. It's a multi-console or multi-platform game. So, but yeah, there you have it. That's the kind of like the latest. So keep your eyes peeled for a direct announcement. Also keep your eyes on this channel, because as soon as they announce that direct, I'll either do a post or I'll do a quick video or a short to say, hey, we're getting it on Thursday the 16th. I was right, and I will live stream it and things like that. So there you have it. Let me know what you think. Do you think we're getting that announcement this week? Are you excited for it? What game do you think they're going to show? Because they got to show a game being played, right? Like, they're not just going to show the system. Here's the system. They got to show at least something on the screen. Whether or not it's a new title or an old title, I think a happy medium would be showing if we're getting new systems for Nintendo Online. Showing that's like, hey, GameCube now here. Kind of thing like that. So it's all up in the air. It's going to be fun. I love speculating on these things. So let me know what you think in the comments below. And thank you for watching. Also, you might have noticed, wearing my Washington hat. Super excited for that playoff win last night in in Tampa Bay. Haven't won a playoff game in almost 20 years. So it feels good. It feels really good. So anyways, go Commanders. And thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye now.